All right, so I love discovering brand new fragrances. I love discovering indie niche fragrance houses. I love discovering designer fragrance houses. I love it all. It's so much fun when you discover new fragrances. Today we're gonna be focusing on a brand new indie niche fragrance house right here in the US of A, straight from Los Angeles, California. And this is a really, really cool fragrance house because they are inspired by ancient Egypt. And does that sound intriguing? It does to me. So come on and discover with me a brand new fragrance house called Sphinx Fragrances. Let's go. All right, everybody, welcome back. My name is Scott. This is the Scott Aromatico Fragrance Channel. And like I said, we're gonna be talking about a brand new fragrance house, relatively new, okay? Their name is Sphinx Fragrances. And they are so cool. Like I said in the beginning, they are inspired by ancient Egypt and the artifacts and all the history that surrounds ancient Egypt. And let's face it, that place is so mysterious and so beautiful, and one of my top destinations to visit sometime soon. So today in particular, we're gonna be talking about a fragrance called Black Anubis. And if you guys don't know, Anubis is kind of like the god of the dead. He's kind of a caretaker of the dead. He's got that really cool body with that like jackal head. I think it's a really cool figure in Egyptian history. And then we're also going to be talking about two brand new releases just hot off the presses. One is called Sphinx Elixir, and the other one is the massive, amazing, mass appealing crowd pleaser called Strawberry Kiss. And without any further ado, let me go ahead and give you my first impressions. All right, so I got this PR package in the other day. I do want to be upfront with you guys. The company had approached me and they decided to send me a PR package to discover some of their brand new fragrances. And I was definitely down because I'd seen some of these pop up around social media and I wanted to be a part of it and see what was going on. So I'm going to give you my honest opinion on this first impressions. So let's go ahead and show you the packaging. So we're going to start off with Black Anubis, and the package comes just like this. Pretty cool, right? You've got the Sphinx right there, extrait the Perfume, and then on the back it says, when scent has history. All right? This is my biggest complaint about this house, and I'll show you this in just a minute when I show you the bottle, is it doesn't say what the name of the fragrance is on the box. And now we've got the fragrance itself, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, the bottle's heavy, the cap is heavy. It's an amazing presentation, okay, guys? This is so cool. This is the fragrance right here called Black Anubis, but nowhere on the bottle does it say that. So if you have multiple bottles, you may not know the difference, okay? Because it doesn't say anywhere on the packaging here, and it doesn't say anywhere on the box. I guess that's probably, if I'm nitpicking, the only thing I really don't like about this fragrance. But anyways, we're gonna start off with Black Anubis, and I think a nice touch from Sphinx Fragrances is they sent me these strips, which are really, really cool. If you guys can see that. I'm gonna go ahead and spray these strips. And let me show you the bottle just a little bit better first. Cool, it's got those nice hieroglyphics on the side with the Sphinx on the top. Again, on the back, when scent makes history. And I love these caps. These caps are so heavy, and the bottles are heavy as well. Pretty cool cap, right? All right, let's go ahead and spray the strip. And I'll give you my first impressions. This is not gonna be a full-on review, we're gonna be quick, but I'm gonna give you my first impressions of Black Anubis. Wow, it is really, really good. Reminds me of something. It's very, really nice and sweet, a little sugary sweet, but not too in your face. And one of the things I wanted to read to you guys real quick is just a note from the company. You'll find this on their website. I found this true as I was kind of sniffing some of these fragrances before I came on here today to give you my first impression. I find this to be very true, but this is a note from the fragrance house. It says, our perfumes are rich in scent, but light on the skin. They're made with only the highest quality ingredients and oils. So you can be rest assured and know every time you spritz yourself with one of our fragrances, it's going to smell amazing and last all day. That's a note from the house. So they're already telling us that these fragrances, you know, they have some longevity, but they're not going to project across the room and they're not going to choke you out. And that is the first thing I noticed with Black Anubis, is that this is a fragrance that's not going to just project all the way across the room. Now, mind you, I only have 3 fragrances here to try. I have not tried them all. but I can tell you this is light projection. It's about an arm's length, but it smells really, really well blended. Now, as far as what I smell here, this kind of reminds me of a very, very toned down, I hate this, guys, I know, everything in your brother smells like Baccarat Rouge 540, but it kind of has a Baccarat Rouge-ish kind of smell going on here. It's definitely got that bittersweet, soft saffron in the top. You smell that right away. It's got a little bit of herbalness too on the top, and it's just so sweet. I love that sweetness. I'm not sure where that's coming from. And then you get that nice, fresh, kind of sticky, sweet rose, okay? Usually roses to me is real fresh, but this has also got a sticky, sweet smell to it in the rose. Nice warmness, a nice woodiness as well. Go ahead and see what the notes are. I'll put them right here on the screen and we'll kind of read them together, okay? So what I see here, looking down at the notes, you've got saffron on the top. Okay, I definitely smelled that right away. And then you've got artemisia, which is or another word for artemisia is wormwood. And then you've got grapefruit. So that's where that sweetness is coming from. It's coming from that grapefruit. And then in the mid, you've got Bulgarian rose. Now the rose to me smells real jammy. And then you've got nutmeg, and in the base, you've got oud. And man, I can barely detect the oud. It's not medicinal and it's not strong at all. I do detect, however, the cedar that's in this. It's a dry, woody cedar. And then you've got tonka as well, which is giving it that sweetness along with the grapefruit. And with the rose too, it's more like a sweet rose to me, in my opinion. Then you've got that nice warm amber, and then there's leather in this, but the leather it's leathery undertones. It's not really in your face. This is really, really nice, guys. You're gonna love this fragrance because the saffron is mild, very well blended. Now, something else that I also detect in this that's not listed in the notes is it's got a really nice muskiness going on with this one. It projects at about an arm's length. For me, this is a fragrance that's versatile for all year round. I think you can wear this for just about any season. And honestly, this fragrance smells so opulent and so good. I feel like this is a special occasion fragrance. You know, if you're going out on a date or you're trying to impress, or you've got a board meeting or anything that you need to invoke some confidence, man, this Black Anubis, and this came out in 2020. You're gonna find this fragrance for a full bottle of this fragrance is gonna be around 120 bucks. Man, this is worth every penny. This one is really, really good. This is a showstopper. All in all, this is an amazing fragrance. It smells very high quality. It's got a Baccarat Rouge 540 kind of vibe going on, but it does its own thing. It's not exactly a clone of that fragrance. It's totally toned down. Baccarat Rouge is way more cloying in my opinion, and way more in your face and projects way more. This one is very light, very airy, very fresh, and I feel like you could wear it all year round. It maintains this sweetness, but it's not in your face. It's not gonna smack people across the room. This one is really, really good, and that's my first impression of Black Anubis. All right, guys, let's keep it moving. The next one we're gonna talk about is Strawberry Kiss, and I do not have a full bottle presentation, so I'm gonna put that on the screen. They were kind enough to send me a sample in my box, so let's go ahead and spray this one, and I'll give you my impressions. Oh my goodness, guys, this one is brand new. It just came out, and you know how I love gourmand fragrances. This is a gourmand fragrance, guys. It smells so amazing. The strawberry in this is exactly, you know, it's called Strawberry Kiss. You're going to get a blast of strawberry. It's very fruity. It's a little bit on the powdery side. Very, very sweet. Not too syrupy sweet, not too in your face, but it's just got a light, airy sweetness to it that I absolutely love. Very gourmandish, like I said. A little bit of woods in this one, but a whole lot of sweetness and a whole lot of sugar. This fragrance smells very youthful. This smells like something a teenage girl would wear, or, you know, guys, I think I would even wear this fragrance, so I don't want to pigeonhole anybody, but it definitely smells like a youthful, almost feminine leading fragrance because it's very powdery. It's got that strawberry vibe going on. And just so, so good. Let's put up the notes real quick on the screen. All right, guys. Okay, so in the top, we've got milk or Sphinx milk, as it says in the notes online. Strawberry, forest fruits, okay? In the mid, you've got powdery notes. I definitely detect those powdery notes. And then you've got a savory muffin note. And the more I smell this, the more I do smell that savory, almost like cake mix kind of vibe going on. It's really, really good. Like I said, it's a gourmand fragrance through and through. In the base, you've got burnt sugar, burnt caramel, and some woody notes. I barely detect those. I'm mainly detecting a whole lot of sweetness. Like I said, it's got that cake batter vibe going on, and then you've got a little bit of lactonic going on, and then that strawberry is the #1 note. Now, I was asking my wife if she thought that this is a fragrance you could only wear in the wintertime, because usually when you wear gourmand fragrances, you associate that with the wintertime. She thought that this fragrance was fresh enough and clean enough to wear any time of the year, and I would have to agree with her. I do think it's versatile enough to wear all year round. If you're looking for this online, just look up Middle Kingdom, and you'll find Strawberry Kiss. This one is $120 right now for a full bottle, and it's still good. Like I said, it still maintains a nice light airiness. This is a perfect date night fragrance. If you're going out looking to be fun and flirty, you're definitely gonna love Strawberry Kiss. Man, this is a good one. I like it myself. Last but not least, we're gonna be talking about Sphinx Elixir. And again, it came in a box just like this, no name on the top. I don't know if all the boxes look like this. Maybe just my PR package came like this. You have a bottle, which is absolutely beautiful. And see, as you can tell them apart. You know, they're definitely different fragrances, but there's no name anywhere on either bottle, and that's my only gripe with it. But the bottles are amazing. They're so heavy. The caps are gorgeous. Love it, okay? This one is called Sphinx Elixir. Let's go ahead and spray it and give you my impression. So far, guys, I've got a great impression of this house. Now, this one's gonna be a little bit more expensive. Okay, this one is $130 if I'm not mistaken. 100 ml bottle like this, not bad for 100 mLs, right? 130 bucks, and they use the finest ingredients. But let's go ahead and spray this one. Now, this one projects a little bit more than the first two. I didn't have to put this strip up to my nose. Wow. This one is really, really herbal. Really, really animalic. I almost smell something like leather. Warm. A little bit of oud. Slight freshness off the top. Not my favorite. I'm not a big fan of this one. And I can tell you, when my family picked up the bottle to all test it out, this wasn't one of my family's favorites. I will say, once I waited for the dry down and I was a little bit patient, then the fragrance started to change and I liked it a little bit more, and I could see myself wearing it. It wasn't a total hate, but the first impression, as soon as I smelled it, wasn't a big fan. Let's go ahead and put the notes up on here and I'll tell you what's in this bad boy. So we've got Davana, which can be soothing and a little bit fruity. You got pink pepper, giving it that fresh vibe off the top. And then you've got that mood enhancing citrusy bergamot as well. And then you've got that civet note also on the top, which is unusual for a top note to me. Civet can be really, really nice. You know, once it turns into that like butter that they use, it can be a nice fragrance. I know you probably wouldn't think so, but it can be relatively velvety and florally scent if used right, in my opinion. Then in the mid, another weird note for the mid is oud. Then you've got rosemary, which is probably where some of that herbalness is coming from. And then you've got amber as well. Then when you get to the base, you've got leather. I definitely detect that leather. Vetiver, which I love vetiver. I didn't used to, but it's starting to grow on me. And then lots and lots of musk and ambergris. So there you go. This fragrance definitely projects further than the other one, so you might want to be light on the sprays with this one. I feel like the other two were a little more light and airy, but there's a lot going on with this fragrance. There's so much. Not a big fan. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's also magnolia in this fragrance as well, which kind of gives it like a slightly sweet, fruity, almost like champagne vibe as well. I forgot to mention that note. Sorry about that. Not my favorite, but that doesn't mean you guys won't like it. Don't take my word for it. This house sells samples, so you can get samples of every single one. You can get a 2.5 sample that comes in a card like this. It's got a sprayer, and I think they're around 13, 14, 15 bucks. And you can find a sample and test it out for yourself. Don't take my word for it. They also sell 10 ml travel sizes, so you can get a 10 ml travel size. Definitely check them out, guys. But I am very impressed with this one right here. I'm also very impressed with this guy right here. Black Anubis is one of my favorites. I'm gonna wear the heck out of this one. It is so good. Very, very classy, very elegant, sophisticated. And this Strawberry Kiss, my wife said she wanted to order that one immediately, and I can see why. It's very fun, flirty, and youthful. So there you have it, guys. Those are my first impressions of Sphinx fragrances. Seems like a fun fragrance house, and I'm looking forward to trying more from this house. Have you guys tried anything from this house? If you have, leave a comment down below. What are some of your new favorite discoveries this year, or new favorite indie niche fragrance houses, or just new discoveries in general? I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching so much. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Until then, I hope wherever you are, you're finding peace and happiness. Scott Aromatico out.